Have you ever felt like something was off, but you couldn't quite explain it? Maybe her words sounded polite, maybe she smiled occasionally, maybe she never directly said she wasn't interested. Yet deep down, something felt wrong. Here's the uncomfortable truth most men never hear. Attraction rarely disappears without leaving clues. The signs are often there long before the rejection arrives. The problem is that many men become so focused on what they hope is happening that they stop seeing what is actually happening. And what you're about to learn could save you months of confusion, frustration, and wasted energy. Most men don't struggle because they're unattractive or unworthy. They struggle because they confuse attention with attraction. A woman may respond to your messages, accept your compliments, or occasionally engage in conversation, but that doesn't always mean she's emotionally invested. This misunderstanding causes countless men to chase harder when they should be paying closer attention. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video because understanding human psychology can save you years of confusion and frustration. The strongest men aren't the ones who chase endlessly. They're the ones who recognize reality early. Human behavior is fascinating because people often communicate more through actions than words. In social psychology, consistency between words and behavior is one of the strongest indicators of genuine interest. When someone is excited about a person, their actions naturally move toward that person. When interest is low, distance begins to appear. The challenge is that distance rarely arrives dramatically. Instead, it shows up through small patterns that many men ignore. And the first sign is one of the easiest to miss because it often looks harmless at first. One of the clearest signs she isn't truly interested is when communication feels one-sided. Imagine always being the person who starts conversations, sends messages first, suggests plans, or keeps discussions alive. At first, you may tell yourself she's busy. Everyone gets busy. But when weeks pass and the pattern never changes, the message becomes difficult to ignore. Genuine interest creates effort. A woman who wants to connect usually finds reasons to reach out. The man who constantly carries the interaction isn't building a connection. He's carrying a burden that was never meant to be his alone. Another powerful sign appears when her enthusiasm never matches yours. You tell a story, share exciting news, or invite her into meaningful conversations, yet her responses feel empty and detached. She replies, but without curiosity. She listens, but without engagement. Imagine trying to start a fire while someone continuously pours water on the flames. That's what emotional imbalance feels like. Many men respond by trying harder, becoming funnier, more available, or more attentive. Yet confidence grows when you recognize that enthusiasm cannot be negotiated. Real interest usually reveals itself through genuine excitement. The next sign is subtle but incredibly revealing. Her plans with you remain vague, while her plans without you seem clear. Whenever you suggest meeting, the answer sounds uncertain. Maybe next week. We'll see. Let's figure it out later. Yet somehow she always finds time for activities, events, friends, and priorities that matter to her. This doesn't automatically make her a bad person. It simply reveals where you currently stand in her priorities. High-value men understand that interest is often reflected through action. When someone consistently wants your presence, they usually make room for it. Now here's a sign that many men overlook because they desperately want to believe otherwise. She enjoys receiving your attention, but rarely invests her own. She accepts compliments, responds when convenient, enjoys your validation, and appreciates your interest. Yet she contributes very little emotionally. Picture a relationship where one person keeps depositing energy while the other only makes withdrawals. Eventually, the account becomes empty. The mistake many men make is assuming patience will change the situation. In reality, self-respect often begins when you stop rewarding behavior that gives little in return. Perhaps the most brutal sign of all is how you feel after interacting with her. Most men focus entirely on her behavior while ignoring their own emotional state. Think about it. After spending time with someone who genuinely values you, you usually feel energized, appreciated, and understood. But when someone is keeping you around without genuine interest, you often feel anxious, confused, uncertain, and mentally exhausted. Your intuition starts noticing patterns before your conscious mind accepts them. The man who values himself pays attention to these feelings instead of constantly explaining them away. This is where the transformation happens. The average man sees these signs and immediately tries to fix them. He sends another message, offers more attention, and searches for ways to earn validation. The confident man does something different. He accepts reality without resentment. He understands that attraction cannot be forced, negotiated, or purchased through effort. He stops chasing what isn't moving toward him and begins investing that energy into himself. Ironically, this mindset creates something far more attractive than desperation ever could. Genuine confidence rooted in self-respect rather than external approval. At the end of the day, these signs aren't meant to make you cynical. They're meant to make you aware. The goal isn't to become suspicious of every interaction. The goal is to recognize when your energy is being invested in the wrong place. The strongest men aren't the ones who convince everyone to like them. They're the ones who recognize where they're valued and where they're not. If this video resonated with you, subscribe for more psychology-based insights, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, self-respect isn't something you ask for. It's something you demonstrate through the choices you make every day.